Hi, my name is Lea McComas. I'm here at the Houston Quilt Festival with my quilt Panning for Gold, and it has just won the first prize in the Art Quilts, People, and Portraits competition, so I'm pretty excited about that. This is also my first time to enter in the competition in Houston, so it's kind of a big deal for me. And I want to talk to you about the story of this. This was made from a photo that I got at the archives of the History Colorado Center, which is the history museum in Denver, Colorado. They gave me permission to use it, and it's a man panning for gold. The exact location of this man isn't for certain. That's kind of been lost over time, but I thought it was just an amazing photo. So my process is to draw the picture onto freezer paper, and then I create a fused raw edge applique foundation of the quilt. And so these are all different fabrics, and I tediously cut them out and fuse them all together. Then I start stitching, and in this quilt, his face and his hands are just solid thread work. His jeans, his clothing, the pan are not quite as solid, and then the background is just very dense quilting. But so it sort of becomes less and less as you go away. Some important things to know about him is I really worked hard to create depth using different sets of threads. And here's one thing that I did. If you notice his hand, this hand in front is very warm, nice warm brown tones, and the hand in back is more gray, bluish, brownish tones. When I first did this, and then I took it off my long arm machine and I put it on the wall and I stood back, I was horrified because this hand in the back was so gray, it looked necrotic, like it was just dead and it would fall away, and it was like, oh, that's not appealing. So I went back in, and then it became a process of blending, adding a few of these warmer threads from down here into this, and you'll notice I used a few of the cooler threads here to create some of those shadows between the bones of his hand, and in that way I think the hands are made more realistic and also more alive. That wasn't too bad. Then I took it off again, and I was horrified to find out that I had put 5 fingers on this hand. So I had an extra one right in there. My husband said, he goes, just call him 5-Finger Willie or 6-Finger Willie and move on with it. But I couldn't do that. So I had to go back in and redo. And it's somewhat like painting. I just put another layer of thread painting and had to space these fingers out and readjust that one. So I really like him. He seems to, people connect with him, and I think it's that entrepreneurial spirit about going out and trying to find your fortune and, facing the hardships, but you choose to do it. It's finding your path, and so he really appeals to people. Something new I tried with this quilt too is taking it off the edge, and I've actually done it before, but somehow his little butt going off the edge over here, people find really appealing, and I think it makes him pop off the back of the surface. I did the same thing with the front edge of the pan, but somehow that's not what people notice. So anyway, I really like him. He's hard working up there in the mountains.